Jimmy, let's do this. Morning, Charlton. Welcome to today's class. I think we should immediately start this lesson. I'm glad you are back online. Okay, so today we're doing a very important lesson called Lydende en bedrywende vorm. Morning at Hees. Welcome to you as well. Lydende en bedrywende vorm. And so you might have encountered this before as well. You know, most of the stuff that we learn in languages, it's coming a long way. So we've actually been learned that quite a few times. But now let's look at Lydende bedrywende vorm. Before we start, if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. However, I'm sure that you all can do great things. So before we then just start with this lesson, I want to know from you guys, because I asked you yesterday to just go and have a look at Stompie before we do today's class. Now I want to know, are you guys familiar with what 'n onderwerp, 'n subject, 'n voorwerp, 'n object en 'n gesegde is in 'n sin? I'm sure that you guys are. Do you know what an object, subject, and verb is in a sentence? You can just give me say a yes or no there in the chat box. Can you guys remember what that is? Okay. All right. So I'm sure that you know by this time. An onderwerp is then referring to the person or thing in a sentence. In other words, the person and thing that actually does the verb. And then die voorwerp is die persoon of ding aan wie die werkwoord gedoen word. In English then, the person or thing to which the verb is done to. And then the gesegde is die woord, werkwoord in the sentence. Now let's look at the lydende vorm first. I want to ask you today, we're going to do activities after each of this. Please participate. This is how we learn. So first of all, the lydende vorm refers to the passive voice, as you know it in English. And that is first of all when the onderwerp and the voorwerp switch places in the sentence. So the subject and the object switch places in the sentence. It's usually used a lot in newspaper articles. It's an impersonal way of referring to things in a newspaper article, because remember, newspapers need to be objective. So they will, for instance, say, everybody was safe after the bomb exploded. So they're not referring to somebody specifically. So it's not like that all the time in newspapers, but it's usually used lydende vorm or passive, as you know, but it's used a lot in newspaper articles. When we use the lydende vorm, we also use it sometimes to emphasize the voorwerp, in other words, the object. And then as jy nie weet wie die handeling of action in die sin doen nie, dan gebruik ons gewoonlik die lydende of passiewe vorm. Then in English it says there, if you read a sentence and you're not sure who actually did the action, then we usually use the passive voice. Then look at this example. This is a bedrywende sentence, a sentence in the active voice, jou ma soek jou. If we change that sentence to the passive voice, die lydende vorm, then it's going to read, jy word deur jou ma gesoek. So first the sentence was, jou ma soek jou. Then the object goes to the front, the subject goes to the back, jy word deur jou ma gesoek. So that is what the lydende vorm is. Right, 2 videos for you to go and watch, specifically aimed at kids whose first language is then not Afrikaans, to explain to you as well what lydende en bedrywende vorm is. Quickly take a picture before we go to the next slide. Okay, and then we go on to the next slide. All right, so when we write from the active to the passive voice, there's also a few changes that will happen to pronouns. For instance, if you have a sentence and the word ek is in there, then it will change to my. Jy word jou, hy word hom, sy word haar, and then of course ons, hulle en julle stays the same. I'm going to show you here an example. Ek lees die koerant. Then die koerant word deur my gelees, so ek becomes my. And then look here, julle eet die lekkers word deur julle geëet, so that stays the same. You may now take a picture. Okay, then we go on to the next slide. Now guys, this is an important slide here. I got this from a grade 10 book, Explore Grade 10. And the reason I put this slideshow in this, or this picture in this slideshow is purely because it explains to us, or it shows us how a sentence in the Lydende vorm looks according to what we know as stompie. So we can have sentences obviously now in the present and the past and the toekomende tyd. And look at the sentence here. So remember, the object and the subject changes places in a sentence in the Lydende vorm. So here you will see the voorwerp is now in front and the onderwerp is at the back. So look here. This is a sentence written in the present tense. Die kos word elke dag fliks in die kombuis deur ma vir die kinders gekook. The sentence then, die kos is the voorwerp. If it was a normal sentence, an active sentence, then the onderwerp and voorwerp would have had different places again. And then word, that first verb according to stompie. Tyd is elke dag. Wyse, how are they doing the verb? Hulle doen dit fliks. Plek, where are they doing it? In the kombuis. Deur, we use deur when we do a sentence in the Lydende vorm, we use the word deur and word. Onderwerp is die ma. Then vir aan of met, to vir aan en met vir die kinders. So for who are they doing the verb? And then ge plus the werkwoord gekook. Okay, then in the past tense, also remember in a Lydende sin, the subject and the verb switches. The subject is now in the front. Die brief is, first verb, tyd, verlede week, netjies op die strand deur die meisie aan haar geliefde geskryf. Then in the future tense, die boeke sal, please remember the word sal in the toekomende tyd, volgende jaar gretig in die biblioteek deur die meisie gelees word. This is a sentence typically in the Lydende vorm with the words deur and word. Then, look at this, hulpwerkwoorde in all the tenses. Hulpwerkwoorde in all the tenses use the same structure as the toekomende tyd, maar vervang die hulpwerkwoord sal deur die hulpwerkwoord byvoorbeeld. So if we look at this sentence, the werkwoord sal will be not accompanied, replaced by one of these. Kan, kon, mag, moet, moes, sou, gaan. Right, so that is just a change that you should actually be aware of. You can now quickly take a picture. I'm going to count till 5, then we go to the next thing. Like, I know you guys don't talk a lot, and I appreciate that you listen, but please just quickly tell me if you are understanding this so far. It's very important, please. Do you understand so far? Okay, then I'm going on to the next slide. All right, guys. So now, Mrs. Here van Sail made this PowerPoint. I use a lot of her stuff in my slides. So according to Stompie, this is how you will identify a sentence in the Lydende or the passive voice. If I've got a sentence in the teenwoordige tyd, look here. My werk will be the object. It's now in front in the sentence. You see the object is blue. Then the first verb word, deur my, which would be then the word deur plus the subject. So deur and subject works together. Vinnig, the way in which I do it. In die klas is the place following the verb gedoen and then the infinitive om klaar te kry. Then the verlede tyd is the past. My werk is vandag deur my vinnig in die klas gedoen om klaar te kry. Take a moment, past tense. Of course, my werk referring to the object. First verb is. Vandag is the time that I did it. Deur my, the word deur plus the subject. Vinnig, the manner in die klas, the place gedoen om klaar te kry. And then the same in the toekomende tyd. Just remember the word sal there. Quickly take a picture, then we can go on. Sorry. Okay, guys, then we can go on to the next slide. So I'm going to do an activity with you guys. Please do it with me. It's very important. Okay, so we have to change the sentences now from the bedrywende vorm to the lydende vorm. Hulle Bobbiane as intelligent beskou. Remember, die Bobbiane will now be which is the object will now come to the front. Die Bobbiane is deur hulle as intelligent beskou. So die Bobbiane will move to the front and hulle will move to the back. Do you see there? Die Bobbiane is deur hulle as intelligent beskou. Please change the following sentence now for me to the lydende vorm. Waarom doen sy die werk nou? Waarom doen sy die werk nou? Okay, so let's try. Waarom doen sy die werk nou? Come on, guys. Let's change that sentence now to the lydende vorm. Waarom doen sy die werk nou? Kom uit Hees in Charlton. Let's try the sentence, please. Ogantse, we're changing this sentence from the bedrywende vorm to the lydende vorm. Try and do that for me quickly, please. Okay, let's give it another minute and then I'm going on. Please, please, please. Quickly change this sentence to the lydende vorm. Okay. All right. So the answer there would be, waarom word die werk nou deur haar gedoen? Why is the work now done by her? All right. Really try and do this one now. Wie reël die partytjie nou? Who's organizing the party now? Try to make this one now from the bedryven to the lydende vorm. Come on, guys, you can do this. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Okay, guys, come on, let's give it a go. Okay, Charlton says, wie word die partytjie nou gereël? Almost there, Charlton. Thank you so much. So, you actually had it almost correctly. Deur wie word die partytjie gereël? Well done. Okay. Then the next one. Thank you, Charlton. Almal sal die artikel lees. Change the sentence now to the lydende vorm. Almal sal die artikel lees. Start the sentence with die artikel. 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 Okay, Charlton, you want to give it another go then? Almal sal die artikel lees, die artikel. Okay, Charlton says there, die artikel word almal gelees. Correct, almost there. So you just forgot the word deur. So die artikel sal deur almal gelees word. So if that counted 2 marks, I would have at least given you a mark there. So good. The next one. Hulle sal volgende jaar 'n sterk span ontwikkel. Start the sentence with 'n sterk span sal. Then you go on. 'n sterk span sal, and then remember the word deur, remember the word deur and word. See if you can put that sentence together with those, the beginning and then the words deur and word. Okay, maybe at his and on Organse, maybe you can also try. So hulle sal die volgende jaar 'n sterk span ontwikkel. Start the sentence with 'n sterk span sal and then remember the words deur and word. No, Adis, don't be scared. Really, really, really don't be scared. um, I was always scared to do the direct and indirect rede sentences when I was in school. And you know what? Then I realized that you learn by making a mistake every now and then. It sounds horrible when I say it like that, but if you're not going to try, you're never going to see where you maybe go wrong. That's why I love the way that Charlton is trying, because we learn from the small mistakes we make. So these, just try. Start the sentence with 'n sterk span sal, and then go to the next step would be time. 'n sterk span sal deur die volgende jaar ontwikkel. See, almost there. So remember what I said about stompie now, né? So it would be a sterk span sal, and then the time, volgende jaar duur, and then the sentence goes on. So remember, you must use your stompie formula here. 'n sterk span sal volgende jaar deur hulle ontwikkel word. You know what I'm going to do quickly? I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to make something which we call snipping tool. So you're seeing everything on the screen now. I'm going to do this. Then it might be a bit easier for you. Okay. I'm going to paste this in here for you. Oh, I can't do it like this. Paste this in there for you. Like that. Now try. So we've done that one now. Hulle sal volgende jaar 'n sterk span ontwikkel. 'n sterk span, that's how we start the sentence, né? So remember the object now moves to the front. 'n sterk span. Sal, verb 1. Volgende jaar, tyd, deur hulle, deur the subject, ontwikkel word. Okay, so do you see there? Then, now start this one. Doen dit sommer vandag. So this sentence here, doen dit sommer vandag. Okay, so this is a command sentence. See if you can maybe see if you can do it according to that formula there. Just try. Okay, so Adhish, you were almost there. Yeah, I'm so glad if you guys try. This is how we learn. Okay, doen dit sommer vandag. See if you can change that sentence now to the Lydende vorm. Doen dit sommer vandag. Just give it a try. Okay, so Adhies, sommer vandag te doen, and then you say mistake. No, we never make mistakes. We only better ourselves. So dit kan sommer vandag gedoen word. You see, you almost had it there again. Dit kan sommer vandag gedoen word. Dit will be the beginning of that sentence because that refers to the object in the sentence. Okay, so then, this one. Look at the formula again. Die filmster sal 'n goeie rol loslaan. Now, object, the subject is the filmster and the object is 'n goeie rol, né? So now those two are changing places. So at least maybe try this one as well. 'n goeie rol. Then the word sal, because so we've identified now the object, we've identified the first verb. Then you go and you look for the time. Is there time? No, I don't see time. So then we immediately go to deur and the subject. So deur, sal deur. Am I correct? So there's no time. So eliminate the T. Go to the word deur. So I'm going to do this for you. 'n goeie rol sal deur. And then you must put in the subject. The subject is the filmster. So one of you guys, finish that sentence for me, please. 'n goeie rol sal deur. Then you put in the subject, no manner, no place. And then, what is it going to be? Come on, I'm sure you can do this one. Okay. So he says 'n goeie 'n sal goeie rol die filmster loslaan, I think. 'n Goeie rol sal deur die filmster losgeslaan. Okay, so both of you were almost there. Look here, 'n goeie rol sal deur die filmster losgeslaan word. Remember, we're going to put the ge in the word there. And we always use the words deur and word in the sentence with the lydende sentence. Okay, die motor het die kind omgery. Die motor of nie die motor nie. Die kind, try and finish it from there. Die kind, so that immediately moves to the front of the sentence. Then we put the verb, die kind. Is it going to be het or is? Just try. And he says die motor, die kind deur omgery word. Almost there. Die kind is deur die motor omgery. And look what I did there. See, guys. As I always say this, I sometimes surprise myself with the typos that I make. But it's one of those things. We all make a mistake. Okay, so there, as he's almost there. Next one. Wie speel die rol? Wie speel die rol? Okay, and he says he wants others or she wants others to try. Don't worry, we'll try. Charlton, come on. You and Oganse and Mitch, maybe you guys can also try. There's really no, you've got the formula in front of you. And he's is not the only one in class. So let's try, guys. So this is how we learn. This is how we learn. Okay, deur wie word daardie rol gespeel? That would be the answer. Charlton says I gave an answer. Ag, sorry Charlton. Die rol word deur gespeel by wie? Sorry, Charlton. I didn't see that in the chat box. So thank you so much. Alright, the next one. Die toeskouers juig die wenners toe. Start the sentence with die wenners word deur So I'll start the sentence with what I've typed there. Die wenners word deur. Die wenners word deur. Okay. Okay, so Charlton says die wenners word deur toeskouers toegejuig. Die wenners word deur toeskouers gejuig word. Almost there, die wenners word deur die toeskouers toegejuig. Okay, listen to me. This is how we learn. I'm so proud of you, Charlton and Natties, for trying. This is really how we learn. It impresses me so much. We always learn when we actually do it. Okay, and even if we sometimes struggle with the word order, do you guys realize that if you had an assessment now and this sentence counted 2 marks, I would have probably given you 1 mark for trying because you had the idea here. So, Charlton, you were almost there. Adhies, thank you so very much. Now take a picture so that you have this examples in front of you when you do the next activity. Okay, when you are done, I can quickly go to the next slide then. Now we go to the bedrywende vorm. Now guys, we call this the active voice of the actieve voice. And this is the one that we use mostly in Afrikaans. So ons gebruik meestal die bedrywende vorm. And this is an example. In the lydende vorm, the previous one we did, we had a sentence, jy word deur jou ma gesoek. If we change it back to the active voice, die bedrywende vorm, then it's a simple sentence like, jou ma soek jou. Please note, werkwoord is altyd in die tweede plek. So the verb will always be in the second place. We'll look at that now. Behalwe as dit 'n vraagsin is. So if we've got a question sentence or a command sentence, then the verb will be first in the sentence. So you see, I've made that another color for you to remember it by. Then, listen to this one. In die verlede tyd is daar die reël. So in the past tense, this is a rule. Alle werkwoorde wat begin met all verbs that starts with the following: be, ge, her, ont, and ver. If it starts with one of those, then we don't put the ge in the past tense. Like for instance, begin. It starts with a be. We are not saying gebegin. Gesels, ons sê nie gesels nie. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if word starts with that sounds, it does not get a ge in the past tense. Werkwoorde kry gewoonlik ook nie 'n ge in die verlede tyd nie. Voorbeelde. So sometimes the verbs also don't get a ge, like voltooi, omhels, agtervolg, weerlig, waarborg, oordeel, raadpleeg, rangskik. So that's something literally that you're gonna have to study and understand to do it. Two very good YouTube videos again there for you guys to go and have a look at. So please take a picture of this and then we'll go on. Okay, and then we go on. So, also from Mrs. Van Zyle's PowerPoint here, look here. So we used the stompy one here, subject, verb, time, object, manner, place, and then the verb and infinitive. So the normal stompy in the 3 times, how will a sentence look? If I change it in stompy, in the teenwoordige tyd, die seun speel met die bal. In the verlede tyd, die seun het met die bal gespeel. Toekomende tyd, die seun sal met die bal speel. So it's almost like you're just giving a normal sentence. You're not repeating it. So, in die teenwoordige tyd, die seun would be the onderwerp, and that would be in the subject will be in the front of the sentence. That would be at the back. In the past tense, the words speel, het gespeel, sal speel would be the werkwoord, or in other words, the gesegde. And die toekomende tyd, die bal, die voorwerp. Okay, so this is what we have to focus on here. Take a picture and don't worry. You will see in the activity this becomes clear. Okay, and then we go on to the next slide. Let me just see if I've got any new messages. Um, Um, yeah, at his, I know that, and you know what, I'm a bit lenient with that, so it's actually not so correct what I would have done. But I've seen in your assessments, some of the kids really tried, and then I feel that maybe you've got half of the idea there. So then I'm going to give you a mark there just for trying at least. Well, that's how I do things. Okay, so let's have a look now. Look, I see our time is almost up. We've got a 2 minutes left, so I'm just going to quickly run through this, and then I'll start with this one again tomorrow. So according to Stompy, they're just giving us here an example again. So S would be the subject, then the first werkwoord, the T would stand for time, the O would be the object or the voorwerp, M would be the manier, P would be the plek, then the second verb would be the rest of the werkwoord, and then the rest of the sentence after the words would be the infinitive. Look here, the jong seun refers to the subject. Het, our very first verb, is this sentence is now written in the past tense. Nie lang gelede nie, so it didn't happen too long ago, which refers to the time. Die bal, referring to the object. Hoog, the manner in which it is done. In die klas, the place. Geskop, the verb, and then the rest of the sentence after om die onderwyser kwaad te maak would refer to the infinitive. Take a picture of this. This is very important. So for tomorrow's class, I've got something that I would like you to do. First of all, please, not tomorrow's class, for Monday's class. Remember a while back we did Stompy? I want you to go through Stompy for Monday. Please go in the drive link. I'm just going to go to the drive link again. Um, oh my goodness, look at that. So you'll find that there's the drive link. Visit this link and go through Stompy for Monday. Please, this is important. You must do it. Okay, and then what do I always say? Masks on, sanitize your hands, take care, and guys, thank you really so much for participating today. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.